What am I hearing? What am I hearing? What is happening? Why do I hear my own stream? I'm so confused. I hear myself somewhere. Wait, I need to pause this because I hear myself somewhere. Where am I hearing myself? What is happening? Oh, I found it. Figured it out. Okay, we're good. Back to what I was doing. Hi, guys. I'll start in a second. Cigarette, daydream. You were only 17. All right. Hi, chatters. I'm going to give everybody a second to get in here. You guys are going to have to bear with me because I'm still not better. So I shouldn't be streaming. But I wanted to give you guys a little update. So we're going to give it a little bit longer. And then we'll start. Reason is. All right. One more minute. Standing in the pouring rain. Hi, chat. Let me turn down this music a little bit. Just for me. I'll keep it up for you guys. Hi, chat. How are we? Let me make it so that I can hear myself just so that I know that I'm not sounding dumb. Hi, chat. How are we? Can you guys hear me okay? Am I heard? Can you hear me? I didn't clean my room behind me and I've been sick for a week and a half, so you're just gonna have to deal with whatever's down there. Hi, chat. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys like the way that I tried to power through being sick and tried streaming anyway? Let me say hi to some of you first, really quick. And then we'll get into, what's been happening. Funny Beast, hi, you were first. And Ash, you redeemed first. Nuggets, hello. Avery, hello. Gwenny, darling, hello. Jellyfish are cool, hi. Ash, hello. Mr. One of my eyes is blurry, which I'll get into later. Baconista, hello. Fluttercotton, hello. Aeropunk, hi. Funny Beast, hello. And Nuggets, and Billy Lover, and Space Time. And happy birthday, Michela's dad, by the way. Thank you. Hi, chat. We so missed you. Aw, and it's not sarcastic. Hey, man, your eye looks like it. This one? You can't even see it right now. You can't even see it. Ollie, I can talk. I can talk. Not for long. Not for long, or my voice starts to go again. But I can talk for like a little bit. Like I can talk. I can sing a little too now, guys. So we're getting there. Anyway, let's start from the very beginning. I'm gonna give you guys a complete rundown on what my last 2 weeks of life have been like, because they have been interesting. Um, Whenever I'm not like traveling, I usually don't really get sick. I feel like the only times that I really get sick are during convention seasons or when I lived in the UK, whenever Amy got sick. But typically, I don't really get sick. So, like, I almost don't notice that I'm sick until it's too late, if that makes sense. So, basically, we had, which by the way, me talking about this, you guys, please, I'm begging you, I'm begging you. I've been out of work for a week. I have no money. I'm begging you guys. Watch my next YouTube video. Please. It's going to be a vlog of the competition that I am about to tell you guys about. I swear to God. Please, guys. My YouTube is flopping. Everything is flopping because I don't have the energy or the health to get into it. Anyway. Michela usually injects viruses so she gets super spread. Yeah, exactly. Anyway. So, we competed at World of Dance a couple weeks ago. And you'll see in my vlog, I passed out from heat exhaustion, but that's a different thing. The next week, we had another competition called All Cow. And I noticed that I had a sore throat, but I usually always have a sore throat in general because I talk a lot. I'm streaming, I sing, I work, and then I have my dance team. I usually just in general, plus I have allergies, in general, I have a sore throat. It felt like the sore throat that I normally get throughout the day, so I didn't think anything of it. We did the competition. I did not vlog the competition because it took place in a club, and I may or may not have accidentally spent like $100 and something on alcohol. And it's okay. It's okay. So we did the competition. We won. We won, which you guys will see in the video. And how much? Listen, I was doing really well financially until I got sick. So, not the point. We won. And then I rode in my friend's car. We went to this place called Hidori. It's like Korean barbecue, but you don't actually cook it. They cook it, but same type of food. And I passed out in the car. I can never sleep in cars because I get motion sick. But I absolutely knocked out. But it wasn't like your average, like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. It was, I physically could not stay awake. Like, people kept waking me up, and I would just, like, fall back. It was, I don't know how to describe it. I don't think I've ever been that kind of tired. I think my body was just kind of like, get through the next thing, get through the next thing, get through the next thing. And then the minute we won, I think my body was kind of just like, all right, you don't have anything for another week. Which, by the way, I need to be better by Saturday because I'm performing on a stage in front of 2,000 people and some celebrities on Saturday. So, which I will talk about later. Thankfully, I'm on antibiotics now. Anyway, so then we were like, oh, we're going to go to a restaurant. I had to go to the restaurant because I usually drive everybody on the team. But since I rode in somebody else's car, I had to go to the restaurant if I was going to get a ride home. So I went to the restaurant. I ordered my food. I fell asleep the minute I sat down. So I almost didn't get to order. And then they woke me up. I ordered. I fell back asleep. That kept happening. So then they brought my food and I fell asleep in my bowl. In my bowl. Multiple times. Like physically they kept like trying to like sit me up. Like I was sober by this time, mind you. Completely sober. Like I was just exhausted. And I was also like fully there. So like I remember looking up and going like, I promise I'm trying to stay awake, and then out again. Anyway, so the next day had the same sore throat, no other symptoms. Same sore throat I'd probably had for like a week. I get a lot of sore throats, I'm telling you guys, because I talk a lot. I need to blow my nose. To blow on my nose, I have to push down on my sinuses so that it doesn't hurt. So I'm just gonna go over here. Ow, and it hurt anyway. What is the point in that? Anyway. So then, the next day, we're all hanging out, me and my dance teammates. I hang out with my dance teammates almost every day. They are like my family to me right now. Anyway, so I was hanging out with them, was having some fun, and it was the same thing where all day I kept just falling in and out of sleep. I went to hang out with them and I told them, I was like, I don't know what's happening. I keep falling in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Mind you, chat, the last 2 weeks, everybody on my dance team was sick. Everybody. I was taking care of everybody. I was giving them medicine. I was handing out masks. Like I was me. I have a germ thing and I care too much about my friends. So I was being mother. So then by the time I got sick, I didn't have anything anymore. Because I gave all my cold medicine to everybody else. Anyway, so that night we had made plans to go to this rager. Now, I've never actually been like fully in school. So I've never been to a rager. So of course I was down. We were all going to Uber and I was like, okay, bet. So this is the day after we all hung out. So it's been 2 days since the competition, 3 days. I wake up, I have work in the morning. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to work and then I'll go to the rager. I wake up, really bad sore throat. Like, it's kind of the same, but it hurts to swallow, I noticed. And I was like, okay, that's odd. And I was exhausted, but I'm always exhausted because I'm anemic. So I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll go into work. So I go into work. I have a mask on by default. I don't risk nothing. I go into work. I'm on bar making my drinks. Da 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 da. Maybe like I go on one break, and I start getting chills. And I'm like, holy shit, maybe I'm cold. I haven't taken my iron. I went out for drinks the other night. Like I got to start taking care of myself. So I took my iron tablet, went in my car. Um, I come back from my car. They put me window, DTO, DTR. And I'm talking to customers and stuff. And I notice that I'm dizzy. And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't really eat breakfast. So, it happens. Low iron still, I get dizzy. Still not anything out of the ordinary. Then, when I get a fever, you don't need to take my temperature because what happens is I'm fine, but my eyes start crying like rivers. And it's not something I can control. I think I've told you guys multiple times. My eyes cry when I'm mad, when I'm sad, when I yawn, when I sneeze. Like, it's not like a thing I control. When I laugh, like, it's not a thing I control. So I'm just bawling, but I'm completely fine. Like, I'm smiling, I'm laughing with my coworkers. It was until one of my coworkers was like, Michaela, are you all right? And I was like, why? And they were like, you're crying. And I was like, oh no, because I pieced it together then. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll just get through the rest of my shift. I only have an hour. And then I get to the point where I no longer can stand. I couldn't stand. I was really dizzy. I'd hand a customer their drink and then I'd crouch on the floor. And I was like, oh God, something's wrong. And I've never been put in a situation where they sent me home early. They sent me home early. So I go home. And I'm kind of the type of person who, when I'm sick, I will thug it. I'll act like I'm not sick. I won't go anywhere, but I will like act like I'm not sick. I'll still stream. I'll still like, you know, act like everything's normal. So I come home. My sister's like, you want a sandwich? I'm not hungry. All I want is to lay down in my bed. I feel genuinely awful. I'm cold. I have a headache. I'm hot to the touch. And I go, yeah, man. Because mama ain't raised no wimp. So I was like, yeah, man. Sister makes me a sandwich, and I'm like, dude, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. That's all I kept saying. I was like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Because I didn't want to tell my family that I'm sick unless I was for sure sick. So, made my sandwich, went upstairs. I took a nap. I woke up, boom, I'm sick. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. I am sick. I text my family, yo, I'm sick as fuck. Nah, there's no way. And then I have to text my dance team. If you guys remember Brandon, the guy I played repo with, that rager that we were going to go to, he was going to pick me up and then drive me to UCLA, and we were going to Uber from there. Because I was like, I can't justify an Uber to UCLA and then another Uber. Like, I was like, I can't do that. So he was going to get me. I had to text him being like, hey, I actually can't stand up without feeling like I'm going to pass out. I can't make it to my stairway, yet alone to your car. And that was literally how I told my team. I was like, hey guys, I can't go. I can't stand up long enough to make it to my bathroom. My bathroom's in this room right there. Like, I'm staring at it. I could touch it with my hand if I lean this way. And so they're like, oh no, like it's fine. Like, you'll go to the next one. Da 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 da. Right? So I go to sleep. I have a fever. I have chills. I have a sore throat. Hurts to swallow. Hurts to talk. I can't get up because I get dizzy. But then if I'm up and I lay down, I get more dizzy. I'm cold. I'm profusely sweating and I'm shaking. And I'm like, okay. I'm still in the mindset of I'm gonna thug it because the symptoms weren't like consistent. Like, it wasn't like I felt like that all the time. It was one thing would stop and another thing would start. So I didn't feel bad enough yet. That night I thugged it. I went to sleep. I was done. The next morning, woke up, still had a fever. So I had Tylenol. I've been living off of Tylenol and Mucinex until I went to the doctor. Tylenol, Mucinex, Dayquil, emergency tea, electrolytes. My room is a disaster. Second day, I'm playing on the realm. Or I'm trying to. I think I tried to do a stream as well. It wasn't working. So I went and I laid down. I don't like being home. I don't like laying down. Like, I don't like being lazy. Not that that's lazy, but you know what I mean. That's just not me. I like to be go, 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 go all the time. And so that night, mind you, I was feeling fine because I took Tylenol. I have like this extra strength fever reducer Tylenol that I've been taking. I felt like shit. I have a private Twitter that only my friends follow. And I tweeted, I was like, holy shit, I don't think I've ever been this sick in my life. And if you guys remember me at Rotterdam, it was worse than that. And Shep decided, like, I posted, I was like, does anyone want FaceTime? But before I said that, Shep had texted me, because Shep works in, like, the medical field, and was like, yo, are you good? I FaceTimed him. Now, when I say I FaceTimed him, I want you to imagine, I'm fully in a hoodie, sweatpants, bonnet on. Like, it's time for bed. I'm cold. You can tell that I'm freezing. Curled up in a ball on my bathroom floor because I couldn't get up to go to my bed because I was too dizzy and I couldn't breathe. That's another thing. I can't take a full breath without coughing, even now. I can't. Ooh, that was actually the first one. I just started antibiotics, so I'm doing a little better today. But like I could not breathe. So like I was talking to Shep, but every word sounded like that. Every single word. And Shep was just staring at me and he looked so concerned. This was 420. Not that that matters. I know specifically that was on 420 though. Anyway, and I was like, I was in my bathroom because I was taking my cold medicine in my bathroom. But then I was like, I'm going to sit for a second. And that was my mistake because I couldn't get to my bed. Anyway, he was like, and you haven't gone to urgent care? How long have you been sick? And I was like, this is day 3. You know, I've had a fever for 3 days. He was like, you've had a fever for 3 days straight and you haven't been to urgent care. And I was like, no, because I didn't want to fucking pay. I'll be real, guys. I'm an adult living in America. I don't want to pay money. Hold on. Ow. Oh, bitch. Anyway, so Shep was like asking me all these questions. He was like, are your tonsils swollen? This, that, this, that. Back then, at the time, my tonsils were not swollen. I barely have tonsils, mind you. My tonsils have never in my life until this sickness have ever been swollen because I barely have tonsils, mind you. Like, I can barely see them when I open my mouth. Like, there's no stuff in there. So he was like, go look in the mirror. So I managed to get up. I look in the mirror. You can't fucking see them? There's nothing there. And I was like, yeah, no tonsils. And he was like, okay, because I thought it might be strep, or he thought. And I was like, okay, it's not that. Shep thought that I had some sort of bacterial infection. This is important. Shep thought that I had some sort of bacterial infection. Okay? This is key. So the next day, I had planned to go to the urgent care. So that night, I was texting everybody I knew. My mom, my dad, my sister, they all had work. I don't want to bug them. I couldn't drive myself. I could if I had made it to my car, but I was worried about not being able to make it to my car or making it to urgent care but not being able to make it in because I was dizzy anytime I stood up. Gross. Oh yeah, I've been yakking up green for the last like 2 days. Anyway, so I text Nick Meyer. Nick Meyer is like my default friend. Nick Meyer is my sibling. Nick Meyer is like family to me. There's like a couple people in my life that I'm like, you are family to me. And of the people who live in California, Nick Meyer is one of them. So I texted him being like, hey, any chance you can take me to urgent care? And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, we think I might have strep throat. And they agreed to take me. My issue is I know Nick Meyer a little too well, and he went, we'll go when I wake up. Sirens, 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 sirens. That's not going to be till noon. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll drive myself. So I was like, I'll wake up because I want to go to urgent care right when it opens. So there's no line. I can just go in and be seen, which is what I've done. I've been to urgent care 3 times now. Anyway, Nick was like, yeah, we'll go when I wake up. And they were really concerned about me. They're so kind. I ended up texting in the family group chat being like, hey, any chance any of you want to take off work to take me to urgent care because I can't walk. My mommy took off work. She drove me.
Oh my God, my mom cannot drive. You know, you don't notice it when you're a kid. You don't notice it when you're a kid because you can't drive yet. I love my mom so much. Oh my God, she can't drive.
Anyway, so, by the way, I haven't really been able to talk until today, and I'm supposed to, like, not be talking, so once I end stream, I'm, like, gonna go back to being silent for the day. Anyway, my mom drove me to urgent care. We parked. Took her a minute. It got to a point where I offered to park the car. Like, I was like, you know what, I can do it. Like, it's like, I was like, I'm good. You know, I actually was fine in the morning. Like, when it came to walking and dizziness, I was like, I'm good. Anyway, so we go in. They swab my throat. They swab my nose. They see me right away. I'm the first person to come in. We came in right when the doors open. I've always been that person when it comes to medical stuff. I'm not fucking waiting. They make you wait for hours, the fuck. I'm gonna be the first person there. So I was. We went, doors open. There's something in my eye, which we'll get into. Anyway, at the time, my symptoms were the same: sore throat, couldn't swallow, dizzy, fever, headache. I haven't had an appetite in about a week. I think I've maybe had like, realistically, maybe like 4 full meals in the last like week and a half that I've been sick. Anyway, so the doctor did not prescribe. Oh, he did. He prescribed me benzontate, whatever. It's for my cough. It numbs my throat, so that I don't cough. So what I would do is I combined it with my Mucinex, which makes me produce phlegm, and I'd cough up the phlegm, but the thing would stop my. Um, Before I got sick, you guys, I for the last like couple of months, I've been talking about it with Amy actually. I have this dry cough. It comes and goes. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it happens, it's almost debilitating. Where it happened the last time it happened when I wasn't sick. I was driving and I literally almost had to pull over because what happens is I start coughing, but it's like an uncontrollable cough to where I can't breathe. And then I start like gagging because I'm coughing so much and I can't breathe. And then I start crying because, my eyes just do that. It's like one of those. It started happening more frequently when I got sick. But in general, I have a dry cough, comes and goes when I'm not sick in general. But that started flaring up more while I was sick. And I told the doctor about that. And that was why he gave me the benzoate. Anyway, so I've been taking that with Tylenol and Mucinex now. This isn't keeping track of my medications, guys. Couple days go by. I'm starting to feel a lot better. I go to dance practice. I did not dance. I've been going to practice because we have a performance on Saturday. I've not been dancing. I have pulled up with a blanket, a pillow, and I have just been sat watching, not dancing. Anyway, after that practice, I came home and I noticed one of my eyes had been bugging me all day. Like it felt like there was something in there. But, I wear a lot of makeup. I wasn't wearing makeup that day, but also my allergies. I'm used to like cat dander being in my eyes and shit. Anyway, I noticed there's nothing in my eye, but one of my eyes, is like itchy, and I had noticed the like earlier in the day that I blew my nose, but like how you have sinuses like kind of behind your eyes. I felt the air that I blew from my nose kind of push into my eye. Like I felt my eye go, and it made like the slight like whistle sound. And I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, oh, it's just my fucking sinuses. Great. Like, we know what's going to happen to me next. Also, it's my dad's birthday, so if you see me eating, it's cake. He's 72 today. Anyway, so I, like, felt, like, pressure behind my eyes. And I was like, oh, I'm sure it's nothing. That does happen when I'm sick quite often. I had another coughing spell. Didn't think anything of it. I then look in the mirror. I have a mirror above my desk. If I'm sat at my desk, I tend to sit in front of my mirror sometimes just to like. My acne got really bad, obviously, because I've been sick. I look at my acne in that mirror sometimes, so I did that. And this was right after my coughing spell. I was like, wow, there really is something in my eye. And I look. I had popped a blood vessel in my eye, and I was just watching it go. My whole eye, my entire eye. And this is like, I had already been gone from work for maybe 5 days by this point. And my boss was expecting me to come in the morning. I had to text her at 4 in the morning, being like, hey, I popped a blood vessel in my eye. Also, there's now white gunk oozing out of both of my eyes. So I need to go to urgent care in the morning before work. I will let you know what happens. Because, there shouldn't be white gunk oozing out of your eyes. And I was like, oh my God, I've never had pink eye. Literally, I've like a common cold, maybe a flu. Like that's usually what I get. So I'm sitting here thinking the worst. I'm like, pink eye. I've never had pink eye. I still update. Ow, did you hear my neck just crack? Update. I've still never had pink eye. Thank God. So I'm now well enough to where I can walk around. I drive myself to the goddamn urgent care at 8 in the fucking morning. And I was like, hey, I've got the same symptoms. Oh, except now I can't talk. I fully lost my voice. The reason I had to stop like playing on the realm, couldn't talk, period. At all. At all. And surprisingly, I had seen the same doctor. He was there again. He was like, same symptoms. And I was like, I'm freaking out. I have a performance on Saturday and I will be getting on that stage whether or not I am well. Like, I was like, I'm getting on that stage. I'm not the only person on my team who's sick. 70% of my team is sick. I just happen to be the most sick, which isn't fair, but whatever. Anyway, he still was like, yeah, it's just like a respiratory cold that's going around. Everyone's getting. He just kept being like, yeah, it's just like a respiratory thing going around. Like everyone's been getting it. Like da 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 da. And I was like he was he was hearing me, but he wasn't listening to me. If that makes sense. And I was like, okay, sure. Ah, he prescribed me. Hold on. Polymyxin bisulfate and trimethorprim ophthalmic solution. It's eye drops. I put them in twice a day, and they get rid of my bacterial conjunctivitis, is what I had in both of my eyes. I blew my nose so hard that I spread my chest infection to my eyes, and it became bacterial conjunctivitis, which is not pink eye, but is contagious. So I then call my boss, and I'm like, hey, I can't work today. She was she wasn't pissed because I couldn't come to work, but she was very stressed out. I think there was a lot going on for her. So she was like, "Oh, so you can't come in?" Da, da, da. And it was a whole thing. But I'm not gonna talk about it on stream because I don't want to lose my job. Anyway, so I couldn't work. That's fine, whatever. So I go home. I'm putting in my eye drops. And they make my eyes so itchy. Now, I have eczema on my eyes in general, on my eyes, on my arms, back of my knees. If I zoomed in on my eyes right now, you guys would be so concerned because the eye drops make my eczema flare up like no tomorrow. Like it's bad. Like not necessarily bloody, but almost bloody around my eyes. Like that's how bad my eczema is. And I can't put anything on my eyes, you know? So I'm just kind of thugging it right now. Obviously I was permitted to go back to work and like go back to living my life. So my like conjunctivitis is almost gone. If you couldn't tell, my eyes are white. The only like leftover symptom is that my left eye is blurry. I have 20/20 vision. I don't right now. That's also kind of why I'm not really reading chat because I kind of can't see it. So, I need to blow my nose, but it's gonna hurt. So like I'm trying to avoid it. No. Oh yeah. I bought a sinus rinse and like a vaporizer thing that I like have been inhaling like a to loosen up the phlegm and mucus in my chest. So, anyway, fast forward, right? Bed rest a couple days, been resting. I accidentally watched 4 seasons of Friends. I don't think I remembered I've seen Friends like twice, 3 times. I don't remember most of what I watched because I was like in and out of like consciousness for the last like couple of days, which is why I hadn't been streaming. I'd say that I was going live. I'd sit down at my computer and the benzenate makes me drowsy. So I would then just like sit there and then I'd like, fucking Bad Boy Halo's trying to get my armor to like level up or whatever the fuck. And I'm sat there like spaced out because my medicine was making me so drowsy. I was on a whole other planet, you guys. Every single time I was on the realm, I was on another planet. Anyway, oh god. So then fast forward to yesterday. Yeah. I'm like feeling okay. I started going back to work. It's whatever. Yesterday I was at dance. And I noticed one of the people on my team who basically had the exact same thing as me. I'm pretty sure I got him sick without realizing I was sick because we were in the same car. He was starting to feel better. He got put on antibiotics. All of his symptoms went away. He had everything that I had except for the conjunctivitis. I was like, okay, well, what the fuck? And I was like, if I'm not feeling better in the morning, I'm going to go in. So this morning, I woke up, felt like shit, and I went, all right, I'm going in. So I go in. I had a different doctor. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god, you guys. So, you know how I was told, oh, it's just a thing going around? Just a thing going around. You know how I just thought I had a really bad cold. Also, mind you, now my tonsils are swollen. I have never in my life been able to see my tonsils. They are swollen. They are filled with nasty stuff, which was also part of the reason I went in. So, I once again got tested for strep and flu A and B and COVID, all negative. She tested me for those again. Now, this time, she tests me for something that my original doctor did not test me for. So first, she looks at me and she goes, have you ever had mono? I go, no, I don't really get sick all that often. I haven't really had most things. And she was like, okay. She goes, she finds me a mono test kit. She's like, we're going to test you for mono. I don't have mono. Anyway, this part was kind of Funny. She goes, I have to warn you, it's a finger prick. And I look at her and I go, fuck you mean it's a finger prick? I don't like needles. I used to not really gaff about needles. One time they gave me a shot that hurt so bad that like I swore in front of my mom for the first time. And then ever since then, I don't fuck with needles. She was like, it's just a finger prick. And I go, finger prick? I was like, the fuck? And obviously I agreed to do it. The nurse practitioner comes in. Doctor leaves. She was like sampling my test. She goes, all right, we're going to prick your finger. She's about my age. We're hysterically laughing because she grabs my finger and I go, hell no. I went, do I get a phone call first? I was like, I'm gonna call my mama. I was like, can I get a phone call? Can I call my mom? Can I something? She's fucking dying. I'm fucking dying. We're both like cry laughing. I was like, please God, one phone call. She's holding my finger like this. She's like, please God, one phone call. Please God, not like this. She was fucking dying. I'm sat there. My mask is like half on. I'm blowing my nose. I'm coughing up phlegm, and I'm like, oh, please God, please God, not like this. Like, hold on. Ugh, gross. Anyway. Oh, God. So, anyway, Mono comes back negative. She sits me down, she's talking to me. She's like, the eye thing, the way that your throat looks, all these tests coming back negative. She was like, it looks like you have a bacterial infection. Now, if you weren't paying attention to what I said earlier, that is what Shep said that I had in the very beginning. In the very beginning. The very fucking beginning. That is what Shep said that I had. Just saying. So then I go, oh, do you know how I may have gotten that? And she goes, because I then explained, I was like, oh, the other doctor said this, that, da 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 da. And she was like, well, maybe it started out as a cold, but what I think happened is you may have picked something up from that competition and it turned into a respiratory infection, which then became a bacterial infection. And I currently have a bacterial infection and a sinus infection. At the same time, I currently have both. Which, wouldn't have happened if it had been caught sooner. Would have just been done there. And so she was like, yeah, the medication that you were prescribed isn't really going to help you. Notice how I'm still sick and it's been a week and a half. I go, oh, okay. The Benz, whatever the fuck, the Benz that's been making me sleepy. Notice how I'm exactly as sick as I was a week ago. Huh. Notice how the eye drops weren't clearing up anything. It's because the bacteria is still inside my fucking body. So now I'm on amoxicillin. That. Which is exactly what my friend who I got sick is taking. The exact same thing. He got better within 24 hours. He literally was better within 24 hours. Mind you, I've already called out of MCC. I've already dropped out. I cannot talk long enough to be well enough to do an MCC right now. Like, I can't do that. It hurts when I swallow, hurts when I talk, all that jazz. Look at my fucking eye. Are you kidding me? So then, I pick up my amoxicillin. I took one so far. I haven't noticed a difference yet. I should take one in maybe another, 30 minutes, to be honest. But, yeah. So I dropped out of MCC. I have jury duty Friday. Maybe they'll see that I'm sick as fuck and then they won't pick me. Please. And then, yeah, I've worked my second shift today back at work. It was awful. I'm surprised you didn't call out sooner. Well, I've done MCC with a literal trash bag in my pocket because I, had been vomiting before MCC. So, I kind of was like, I can thug it. I did MCC Rotterdam with a fever, so I was like, I can thug it, I've had to thug 2 MCCs before I could do it again, That's my shoulder. Don't mind her. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with me. Is the new YouTube video out or is soon? It will be soon. Yeah, that's what's been going on with me, you guys. And the reason that I've been going batshit crazy when people ask me about my eye. Oh my god, Michaela, what happened to your eye? Oh my god, your eye looks terrible. What happened? You don't think I fucking know that? You know how many TikTok comments I had to delete being like, what the fuck happened to your eye? You don't think I can fucking see it on my own fucking body? Like, oh my god, nothing pisses me off more than people who don't know how to fucking read the room. I've been walking around UCLA with fucking glasses on. Black glasses on. What happened to your eye looks terrible? I fucking banned that person. Aw. Aw. I told you something bothers me and you went and said it? You fucking dumb? What? Sorry, I like don't have a filter right now because I feel so shitty. I literally like I don't understand why people's mindset is, "Oh wow, that looks terrible. Let me tell her." Like, are people just fucking dumb? There needs to be never mind. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. It's not that serious. Anyway, I appreciate my dance teammates though because yesterday I was wearing a mask and my glasses to practice. So a couple of my dance teammates also put on sunglasses, and we're wearing, a lot of my team is sick, so they were also wearing masks. So they also put on sunglasses, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cute. I love you guys." Um, I'm really sad. I'm actually missing a competition with my dance team because I'm going to TwitchCon Rotterdam. Worth it, you know. 2 panels and MCC, and I get to meet you guys. Worth it, but also, aw. I'm gonna be really sad at TwitchCon. So if you see me, please feel free to say hi. Because realistically, I'm gonna be on my phone texting my dance teammates because I'm gonna be really, really sad. It was a lot of back and forth where I was like, dance isn't my career anymore. Dance hasn't been my career since I was a teenager. Twitch and like content is kind of my career right now. So I was like, what's more justifiable? Anyway, I've also been feeling really ugly. This is just on the outside. Because yes, I haven't been doing my hair. I did my hair yesterday. It was great. But until my eyes are completely better, I obviously can't wear makeup. You guys know my eyeliner with my mascara look, my little like siren eyes that I like to do. I can't do those with my hair. Like it looks stupid. And I can't wear my hair down because my bangs go in my eyes. And you know, the germs from my bangs are touching my eyes. You know? So that's where I'm at right now. Ugly and sick. That's how I feel. Anyway, I'm gonna go rinse my sinuses and do my laundry. My sister just texted me. Anyway, yeah. So that's why I won't be at MCC this weekend, because I probably won't be better in time. And now I have a show. And Friday I have jury duty. So I'll probably be back on the realm. Please, God, let me be back on the realm by like the 3rd or the 4th. No! I have that performance and then I work a 9-hour shift the next day. Monday. I think. I should hopefully be back Monday. Anyway. I'm gonna see you guys. I don't know if I have enough people here to raid. I might just end. Let me see. I guess I could send you guys to Shep. You guys want to go to Shep? I feel like it's only fair that I go to Shep because he diagnosed me in the first place. You know what I mean? I feel like it's only fair. He was the one who diagnosed me. So we're gonna go to him. /raid. I'm a Shep. Alright, you guys. New YouTube video out on my channel. Hopefully by the end of... No, the end of this week is already coming soon. Hopefully another couple days. Marissa's editing it for me right now. So, alright. I'm gonna go back to not speaking for the next couple of days. And I, like, need to blow my nose and take a nap and do my laundry and clean all the tissues off of my floor because a week's worth of a sinus infection means that I've used the entire house's supply of toilet paper and tissues. All right. Go tell Shep that I say hi, and I'll see you guys later. If you're new here, exclamation mark socials will take you to my socials. I promise I'm normally a lot less boring, and I'm a really good singer normally. So there you go. I'll see you guys next time.